First step when you're sewing with a patcher, this is the step that's very important. Is setting your needle. You want to position it exactly where you want it at. Set it, drop it. Because if you do it and just drop your foot and then when you start sewing like that, sometimes you get off track and your stitching doesn't come out as clean. So by setting it, you know exactly where you want it, and that's where you're going to stay through the whole sewing process. The hands are tricky when you get to this. See, this is where you need to pick up your foot again, set it again. Pick up your foot. Drop it again. If you don't pick up your foot, what'll happen, it'll just drag the material and tear it and rip it. And we're going to overlap on the same exact holes. Keep it super clean. Yeah, I'm going right back over it. I drop my needle down and just, you want to keep dropping it in the same you know, you want to follow your shoe lines, but at the same time keep an eye on the needle. Just try to keep it straight as possible. I mean, you gotta understand this is a shoe, it has a sole on it, so sometimes you gotta adjust it. Not sure if you can see that, but it's coming out pretty good. That's a weird noise. It must be the leather liner. Your presser foot edges here, they actually act like, I use them as a ruler just to keep everything straight. This becomes natural after a while. But if you want to start doing a shoe, I think a Vans custom is probably the easiest custom you're going to do. I mean, the shoe itself is inexpensive, so if you screw up, it won't hurt the pocket so much. Okay, we're getting to these areas here. This is where it gets a little tricky because, again, we're going to have to pick up the foot. Okay, actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. See right here what's happening. As I'm cranking, the foot is actually trying to grab and move the shoe, but it's not working. So this is where I tell you can damage your material. Pick up your foot, crank towards the right always, and just keep dropping the needle where you want it. Pick up the foot again, drop it, pick it up again. See, now I got past that point where the foot was actually just dragging the actually it was trying to tear the material because the shoe wasn't moving. It's tricky using a patcher, but once you get these little tricks down, you should be good. Here's our back stitch. Going to overlap, come back into the same hole, swing the foot around, I secured it. Pick up your foot. You see my finger here. I want to show you what I'm doing here. Up here you have your thread. So what I usually do is I push down on it, kind of ease the tension up on it, because if you don't want to pop the thread, and so pushing down on that thread there, you actually could loosen the thread up here. So that's what that's about. Get yourself some snips and of course you got to cut the inside. Not sure if you can get a see how this didn't come out bad. I think it's pretty clean. Again, this is perfect if you're just wanting to do your first custom. You see, it's pretty clean, isn't it? I mean, considering that you have a sole on there and you got to tussle with it and move it. So, you know, when you're sewing, just adjust it, get comfortable. Don't go crazy cranking it. But I've seen guys where they take this out. That's cool. But, you know, you're a beginner. You don't want to go through all that. Even guys that tear this out and they put the material there. This is a suede material. Sometimes when you take out the factory stitch, trying to make it look factory again, you actually defeat the purpose and make it look worse. So keep it simple until you get your skills up. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side now. See if you can see, I'm going to set the needle again. Got the needle set. Oh, excuse me. Back stitch. Keep going. This is the good thing about the patcher, since you feel it. I had a guy who didn't even know you can twist a shoe like this. Set your needle when it's set, and you can spin the shoe around. You won't lose your position. He had a patcher and just started sewing. Didn't even know that you can. I guess, you know, little tricks again, and like this. He picked up his needle and then he lost his whole sewing straight line. So get back on the straight. Get into the end. I'm sorry, let me readjust the camera. Get that there. See, I picked up my foot completely, and remember what I was telling you, when it wants to drag the material but the shoe ain't moving. As I saw, I'm never in the same position in a chair. I adjust it, I move it around. You're never going to be in a position where you're going to just be comfortable. You got to sometimes readjust your whole body just to get that angle that you need. That liner makes a lot of noise. It's the first time I've ever heard a liner doing that. Anyway, we're getting towards the end here, I believe. And now we got a little more to go to. Again, here's where you got to pick up our foot, drop it, gonna pick it up again, turn it, lock stitch it, gonna overlap, if you don't do this, then it's just complete waste of time, because your material will come out, or your thread will come out, and eventually your material will come out. I'm using Colts and Clark upholstery thread on this one here. I love this thread. It's perfect. Just they don't have many colors and options. So. Color options. So. You got your basic colors though. So here's the completed shoe. It's hard to get the lighting right here. You can see it's clean all the way through. Came here, everything looks good there.